cocktail of drugs that the doctors could give him, or all the sessions with a therapist, could not equal the therapy that he received from serving others. And this is powerful.
It seems that there's power in both good deeds and just thinking of yourself as a good doer. But this hopeful message also has a dark side. And it seems that both good and evil can make people physically stronger.
I'm going to tell you how to murder someone. And I promise you that you'll never be caught, you'll never serve time, you'll never see a judge. Write this down. First of all, you need to get on a plane and go to Africa.
I believe that understanding ugliness is one way to better understand the values and beliefs of different societies in different eras.
We created this event because we know that you are the key to positive change, to hope, to progress, to the next wave.
You know, the two of them really defined the next wave, and they got to participate in it over 100 years ago. And I think it's fantastic that today we get to participate in the next wave coming forward.
What do you think of when you think of the next wave in the context of technology? Is it more technology? Is it more devices, as Amy mentioned? Or is it transforming the local community? Of course, the answer is both.
And that we live in a digital world, of course, one with billions of bytes and screens and streams and clouds and crowds, but it hasn't gotten to medicine in any significant way yet.
Now, do not interpret this framework as a plea to abandon reality, for it will now and forever enable the richest of experiences. But do recognize that people increasingly value those experiences that they have in virtuality, whether playing computer games, exploring virtual worlds, probing real-world simulations, surfing the web, connecting via social media.
Because we're doing, at the first break and throughout the day, a social experiment that's never been done in the entire galaxy. And it's called the TEDx-SanDiego Social Conversation Networking Mapping Program Incorporated Intergalactic. And it has an acronym that's like DARPA or something.
And so each of you today had conversations. And how many of you reported on your conversations? Raise your hand really high. And so when we think about those conversations, in addition to the fact that we had hundreds of them going on at each of the breaks and some in between, those conversations were also interconnected. So that when you had a conversation with one person, it spurred an idea in them that they then carried to the next person that they had a conversation with.
It's not just the spreading of ideas, but it's that people come together. And I think we often forget that humanity is made up of humans. It's made up of individuals. And one of the things that made the human race so successful is not that we're the strongest or that we're the smartest, it's that we're social animals. We have the ability to form communities, cultures.
In fact, you guys seem to be an ideal community in the sense that you were striving to reach across barriers. You were striving to create a community that was not based on what you already knew, but based on what you wanted to discover.
The answer has to be in sustainable community-based conservation, and not the community-based conservation that hires a guard or trains a guide. Community-based conservation that improves the health and well-being of every individual and every family.
So I think potholes are really cool. In fact, I find them completely fascinating. Yes, they're annoying, and yes, they're expensive, but they tell stories, and they tell a story about a battle between nature and the built environment.
So you guys made a commitment, and we want to hold you to that. And we've given you cards, and they're in your decks. And we'd like you to tell us what you're going to do with what you learned today. And we hope that you're going to follow through with your promise and your commitment to us.
You know, like today I saw things here that just inspired me on so many levels. You know, a lot of it you may think are very non-musical, but, you know, but the concepts and the approach and the passion is all art.
So I want to leave you with this message. We have the process. We most definitely have the know-how. But what we need to do, that we really have a hard time doing, is changing the story.
Every moment, you have an opportunity to reveal yourself or not. You have an opportunity to share your humanity or not. When you reveal yourself, you get that much closer to finding your question, or if you know it already, that much closer to finding your answer. Don't miss the opportunity, please.
Thank you.